Hello everybody, welcome back to my new video session where I am going to discuss concept of market and its different forms. So without making any delay, let us begin. Ordinarily, the term market refers to a particular place where goods are purchased and sold. But in economics, market is used in wide perspective. In economics, the term market does not mean a particular place and the whole area where the buyers and the sellers of a product are spread. This is because in the present context, the sale and purchase of goods are with the help of agents and distributors. Hence, the sellers and buyers of a particular commodity are spread over a large area. The transactions of commodities may be also through letters, telegrams, telephones, internet, etc. etc. Thus, market in economics does not refer to a particular marketplace, but the entire region in which goods are bought and sold. In these transactions, the price of a commodity is the same in the whole market. Now, let me discuss or briefly mention some important prerequisites for formation of a market. You can also call these conditions for market formation. And the conditions are, first of all, buyers. Buyers who expect in terms of satisfaction of want or need referred to as utility. Next, purchasing power. Purchasing power enables buyers to convert their wants or needs into effective demand. Thirdly, I'd like to mention about the sellers. Sellers who expect the payoff firstly in terms of revenue, they need to cover their production costs, and secondly to generate a profit which is excess revenue over cost. Fourthly, means of communication. Means of communication between buyers and sellers so that preferences can be indicated and goods and services offered for sale. In early market forms, it was essential that buyers and sellers met, or at least that their representatives met. However, new technologies have meant that the buyers and the sellers no longer need to meet in the same physical space. Next, I'd like to mention about knowledge. Knowledge is balance between buyers and sellers so that one party cannot persistently exploit the other party by withholding relevant information. Markets can break down when information is not available to all parties. Next, medium of exchange. Medium of exchange is important. A medium of exchange is to facilitate market transaction money or credit. Next, the ability to pay at a later date, which is also called deferred payment. Next, a legal system which enables both buyers and sellers to be protected through civil law such as contracts, through criminal laws such as laws against theft. Next, property rights in present context is also important. Property rights so that individuals have the right to sell and buyers have the right to buy and to own what they have bought. In addition to that, markets require a financial system to enable individuals and firms to borrow if they need to and to save when they have surplus funds. Now I would like to discuss about the types or different forms of market. But before I discuss different forms, let me tell you one important thing, and that is market classification is done mainly on the basis of degree of competition in a market. However, there are other determinants of market structure also, such as say nature of the goods and product, number of sellers, number of consumers, the nature of the product or service, economies of scale, etc., etc. We will discuss mainly the four basic types of market in present discussion. One thing to remember is that not all these types of market structures actually exist. Some of them are just theoretical concepts, but they help us understand the principles behind the classification of market structure. I would like to start with perfect competition or perfectly competitive market. Let us first understand the meaning of this type of market. A market in which we find perfect competition between large number of buyers and large number of sellers of a homogeneous product, and uniform price is called perfect competition or perfectly competitive market. In other words, we can say in a perfectly competitive market, all potential sellers and buyers are fully aware of the prices at which transactions take place and all the offers made by them, and any buyer can purchase any commodity from any of the sellers at a price quoted by them. Now, what is monopolistic market? Economists found that perfect competition and pure monopoly were unrealistic market situation. The actual market situation is somewhere between perfect competition and pure monopoly. It is a market situation with some elements of competition and some elements of monopoly. That is why it is termed as monopolistic competition, or you can also say imperfect competition. Here, firms producing differentiated products compete with each other for the sale of their products. Next, let us know what is oligopoly. Oligopoly is a market situation wherein the number of producers of the commodity is so small that every seller has a perceptible effect on others and influences the market. The last one is monopoly. The market form of monopoly is the opposite extreme from that of perfect competition. It exists whenever an industry is in the hand of a single producer. Monopoly is made of two words, mono plus poly. Here, mono means one and poly means seller. Thereby, the literal meaning of the word monopoly is one seller or one producer. In my next upcoming videos, one by one, I will discuss about different forms of market in more details. Please feel free to send your questions or queries to my email ID. Your questions are most welcome. Thank you.